你说这拿车冲跑的多了，哈，冲跑的多了，你马上这车动了，来了，走。
你那个没事儿，没事，你那没事，那啥的没事。楼梯了，给水给堵上了。
Massive flooding struck Kuancheng Manchu Autonomous County under the administration of Chengde City, Hebei Province, China, after hours of torrential rain lashed the area. The rapid influx of water turned major roads into raging rivers, inundating residential areas, sweeping away vehicles, and paralyzing public life in a short time. This event was one of the most serious hydrometeorological disasters to hit the Hebei region in mid-July 2026. The extreme rainfall was triggered by a weather system associated with the remnants of Typhoon Bavi, which had previously brought heavy rains to various parts of eastern China before moving north. When the moist air mass collided with the mountainous terrain around Chengde, the rain fell with extraordinary intensity, causing small rivers to overflow and streams from the mountain slopes to turn into flash floods. Within minutes, water mixed with mud flowed rapidly into residential areas. Highways previously filled with vehicles turned into brown torrents. Numerous cars, trucks, and other vehicles were seen swept away by the current. Several vehicles collided with each other due to the strong current, while drivers who remained at the scene attempted to flee to higher ground. Video footage circulating on social media showed alarming scenes. Floodwaters engulfed the entire road, rendering even large vehicles unable to maintain their positions. Water levels estimated to have reached more than 2 meters in some spots, submerged parked and passing cars. Several recordings also show residents shouting warnings to each other to get away from the increasingly strong current.
哎呀，一刀下来，一血洞大，哎呦我的妈呀！1、2、3，完了，哎，这交警。
In residential areas, homes began to be inundated. Some residents attempted to move essential items to higher floors, while others chose to abandon their homes for safety. The rapid onset of the flood meant many families did not have enough time to save all their belongings. Rescue workers were immediately dispatched to the location upon receiving reports of the flooding. Emergency response teams, along with local authorities, carried out evacuations using special vehicles and rescue boats in areas that were still accessible. Priority was given to the elderly, children, and residents trapped inside homes or buildings surrounded by water. According to available reports, approximately 1,800 people are reported to require evacuation assistance due to flooding that has cut off road access to several villages. Many roads are blocked by water or washed-up debris, slowing rescue efforts. In some locations, officials must wait until the water level begins to recede before reaching isolated residents. In addition to inundating residential areas, the flooding also disrupted transportation networks. Several main roads are impassable due to flooding and still strong currents. Emergency vehicles must find alternative routes to reach affected areas. Economic activity has also come to a temporary halt as shops and public facilities have been forced to close. This disaster demonstrates how quickly extreme weather changes can turn a situation into an emergency. Mountainous areas like Chengde have characteristics that allow rainwater to quickly accumulate in lower areas. When such a large amount of rain falls in a short period of time, the capacity of rivers and drainage channels can no longer accommodate the flow of water, making flash floods difficult to avoid. Meteorologists had previously issued warnings of potential heavy rain in northern China. However, the sheer volume of rain that actually occurred resulted in a more widespread impact than initially anticipated. The local government then raised the alert level and urged people to stay away from rivers, hillsides, and areas with a history of flooding. At various points, residents helped rescue neighbors and family members. Some used ropes to help people cross the currents, while others opened their homes as temporary shelters for those who lost their homes. The spirit of mutual cooperation was a key factor in dealing with this emergency situation. Officials also continued to monitor the condition of dams, rivers, and landslide-prone areas. Continued rainfall increased the risk of further disasters, including landslides that could cut off access to mountain villages. Therefore, the public was asked to continue following official information and not return home until authorities declared it safe. The flooding in Kuancheng serves as a reminder that extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and capable of triggering disasters in a very short time. Infrastructure, early warning systems, and community preparedness are crucial factors in reducing the risk of loss of life if a similar event occurs again. As of the time of this report's writing, evacuation and emergency response processes are still ongoing. Rescue teams are working around the clock to assist isolated residents, clear access roads, and ensure that evacuees' basic needs are met. Authorities are also continuing to monitor weather developments as rain is still likely to fall in several areas of Hebei in the coming days. The public is urged to remain vigilant, follow local government guidance, and avoid non-essential travel to flood-affected areas. With cooperation between the government, rescue workers, and the community, it is hoped that the recovery process will proceed more quickly and the risk of further disasters can be minimized. The events in Kuancheng, Chengde, Hebei serve as a stark illustration of how the power of nature can change the lives of thousands of people in a matter of hours. Behind the strong currents that swept away vehicles and submerged residential areas lies the story of the struggle of rescuers and the resilience of residents who tried to recover from one of the biggest floods to hit the area in 2026.